I'm Josh Ebner. Welcome to the PSEG Long Island Home Comfort Whole House Heat Pump Solutions training series. As a Home Comfort partner, you'll find this series an invaluable guide for learning how to maximize customer savings and rebates when installing a cold climate whole house heat pump system. In this segment, we'll be reviewing equipment eligibility and Northeast Energy Partnership cold climate requirements. So we're going to jump right into the eligibility table. This is the table you're going to want to have in the truck with you when you're out selling. We have a bunch of these printed. We're going to try and get them out to the distributors as soon as we can. It is up on our website, PSEGLINY.com. We're just going to focus on the whole house rebates today. We do have those other two menu options of the partial house and the electric resistance customers. But for today, just the ducted and ductless cold climate whole house projects is what we're going to talk about. So if you look at this table, inside the whole house rebate projects, we have really three different flavors. You have your $1,000 a ton new construction, $800 a ton existing oil with no CAC, and CAC stands for central air conditioning. And then you have your $600 a ton rebate for all other. So I'm just going to start at the top here. When we say new construction, we're talking about a house that's to modern building standards. So when a house gets freshly built, nothing was there. Obviously, it's going to be up to modern energy code, and it's going to have a different run hours than a house that's built earlier, not up to modern code. The same $1,000 a ton rebate applies for both new construction and gut renovations. So if you have a house that's getting gut renovated, you're pulling building permits, and it's being brought up to modern code, you can still get the $1,000 a ton rebate as long as you install qualifying eligible equipment. The next tier down, we have the $800 a ton. That's going to apply for existing houses that have oil and no central air conditioning. So there's a good amount of houses out there that have oil boilers in the basement. We capture a larger amount of savings when we can convert people from using oil to using this renewable heat pump technology. And the reason we give a little bit more with no CAC is because you're going to have to install ductwork most of the time if you go with a ducted system for this house. So I'd like to offer a little bit more money for the existing oil with no CAC. The $600 a ton, all other, is just what it sounds like. That's going to cover your gas, your propane. If you have an existing heat pump and you replace it with another heat pump that can heat the whole house, a qualifying heat pump, we can give you $600 a ton for that. So if you look at the bottom of the chart here, it talks about integrated controls, and we're going to dive into that in a little while. It's very important. You see the highlight here. Whole house eligible heat pumps must be sized for 100 to 130% of the peak heating load. So we're going to talk about manual J load calculations in just a bit. If you're going to do a whole house project and the existing oil, gas, propane, boiler, furnace, whatever existing fossil fuel legacy heating system you have in the house is going to remain, those integrated controls need to be installed. The other option is if you're going to remove the boiler or furnace, you wouldn't be required to install that integrated control or dual fuel control because there is no other fuel to control. It's important to also remember that when we say 1,000 a ton and 800 a ton, what we really mean is we pay based on the AHRI cooling BTUs at 95 degrees. So all of our programs require that you submit an AHRI certificate. And on that certificate, even though we may sell it as a nominal 3-ton unit in our heads as contractors, we think of it as 36,000 BTUs. A lot of times the AHRI data shows that machine may be 35,000 BTUs. So your rebate on a new construction at 1,000 a ton wouldn't be 3,000. It'd be a little bit less. And our worksheet calculator does that math for you, but you really just divide the BTUs by 12,000 and multiply by the rebate. One of the trickier parts of the program is knowing that PSEG Long Island has their own qualifications to be considered cold climate, which is 17 SEER ducted, 18 ductless, and 10 HSPF. But we also require that the units are listed by NEEP, the Northeast Energy Partnership. Northeast Energy Partnership uses the manufacturer's expanded performance data to test the systems down to 5 degrees Fahrenheit, where AHRI data usually only goes to 17. So if the machine can test at 5 degrees Fahrenheit with a COP of 1.75 or greater, they become NEEP listed. If they are NEEP listed and they meet our requirements, then we can accept it as a whole house eligible equipment. Just be aware that there is some equipment out there that is NEEP listed but doesn't make our PSEG Long Island requirements, and vice versa. So you got to first check that it's 17, 18 SEER, and 10 HSPF, and then go to the NEEP list. So you can go to neep.org. I would encourage you to subscribe. If you subscribe to their listing, you can get an Excel version of what products are NEEP listed. NEEP updates their listing, seems like on a monthly basis. So if you head over there, you can get that Excel worksheet. You can search their database just like AHRI. You do have to use Google Chrome browser. It kind of freezes up with Internet Explorer. And the last thing we need, obviously, when you submit is an AHRI certificate. Thanks for watching. To see this whole series and to access additional helpful program content, be sure to visit us often at PSEGLINY.com.